Welcome to the Ringer Fantasy Football Show. My name is Danny Heifetz, and I am joined by Danny Kelly and Craig Horlbeck. And today it is Power Hour. Every Wednesday,
we're back. We're back. We're so back.
Every Wednesday, we power rank something. And today, we're going to power rank all the playoff picks, all the Super Bowl picks, the awards. We're going to make all our picks and talk about a couple bets. We're going to power rank all that jazz for the entire season. And for those who don't know, just a reminder, we do 4 episodes a week during the season. So if you're just listening to us for the first time, don't stop, because during the season, we do recap shows on Sunday nights. We do waivers, talk about Monday Night Football, and then what waiver picks to who to add during the season. We do power hours on Wednesdays, and we also preview all the games for Fridays. So please stick with us during the regular season. So this is the first of many power hours, right, Craig?
That's correct, Danny.
All right, fine. Screw you. Fine.
To be honest with you, I was looking up facet joint sprains as you were talking about that, which is honest. I want to get right into that. So let me know. Let me know.
All right. Well, we're going to talk. Yeah. Also, Micah Parsons and Bill Belichick got their. Well, Micah Parsons traded again. Bill Belichick got his butt kicked. We're talking about all that stuff and also lefty righty stuff. But first, we're going to take a quick break. This episode of the Ringer Fantasy Football Show is presented by Hyundai. The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid proves that an incredible SUV is so much more than the sum of its parts. It's more than a spacious interior. It's more than being able to navigate difficult terrain. And it's way more than driving farther than you ever thought possible. It's the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. So much more than just another SUV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details. And we're back. Okay, what is your facet joint sprain? What, Micah Parsons' back thing you want to talk about?
On paper, face value, terrible trade for the Cowboys.
Oh, no, he's already switched.
Ooh.
No, I just think it will be hilarious. Not hilarious for Micah Parsons. Obviously, I want him to be healthy. However, if he has this like a real back problem, he plays half the year, it requires surgery next year. It'll be interesting to see what people say about this trade and Jerry's decision. Micah Parsons, let me just provide some context. I just wanted to point it out as a possibility. Micah Parsons, he's managing a facet joint sprain in his back. He might need an epidural injection, just like our guy Matt Stafford. He might need an epidural before the game on Sunday. So the Cowboys, before they traded him, they gave him when they were basically planning for him to play, they gave him a 5-day plan of medicine. It was prednisone, a corticosteroid used to reduce inflation around the irritated nerves and tissues in his back, physical therapy program, all this stuff. And then they trade him to the Packers. I just wanted to throw it out there that if Micah Parsons plays 6 games this year and has a kind of significant back injury, was Jerry right?
Jerry's always right.
Jerry's always right.
It would be funny if this back injury we kind of all assumed was just because he didn't want to play until he signed a contract was in fact a real back injury. That would be funny.
I mean, an epidural injection the week of a game into his spine.
But did they use this as a example for why they traded him? I feel like this wasn't even the reason they traded him.
That's a good point.
They just said, "Oh, we don't want to put that much cap space into one position. We think we can get better." Blah blah blah.
No, I'm sure they didn't want to play up the back thing because they were trying to trade him.
No, but I'm saying after they traded him. I don't remember them saying "Oh yeah, we were really worried about his back." But I guess that's just maybe taboo or something.
Jerry Jones had his long and unhinged press conference. I will say I'm already torn between we're getting some specifics of this back injury to be they're not really supposed to lie about injuries. So it's part of me's this is maybe still a little whatever, and they're covering up. But no, you're right, Craig. It'd be funny if he had a serious back injury and we all flipped out. But no, I think I kind of lean toward he's probably going to be fine. And
I mean, for now I do. However, I don't know. Reading some of this, I'm
we'll see. I mean, let's be honest. If he has 3 sacks in week 1, I don't think he had a back injury.
As DK said, no, you didn't used to have a back injury.
Nobody used to have a bad back.
He's 26 years old. And
the other funny thing the Cowboys did. So again, the Micah Parsons trade, we were doing the take purge on Thursday. We put that episode up Thursday night. Please check it out if you want. It was really fun. We were doing the take purge and Micah Parsons got traded during the episode and then Bill Simmons came in and enjoyed. So it was really fun. Listen to that. Since then, though, it's funny because Deron Bland, who is a cornerback in Dallas, has since gotten a $90 million contract from Dallas, which is literally hilarious to me. That they locked up a nickel cornerback of horrific secondary where Dallas had no run defense and they're claiming Kenny Clark can do run D, but now they have no pass rush or run defense. And then they're locking up nickel cornerbacks. So that's funny.
$50 million guaranteed for Deron Bland.
I mean, it's just kind of funny. Like, I don't know. It's
Always money in
hilarious.
the banana stand.
That's just funny to me. I don't know. The other thing that was funny, I don't remember anything else from that Turk Purge episode. It's all a little fuzzy.
Yeah.
I think, we were all pretty down on the Bill Belichick experiment in UNC.
Right.
That was my memory of the Take Purge. Like, we were all pretty mainstream opinion. We all thought this was pretty bad. The UNC experiment versus TCU. Producer Kai over here, rookie move, didn't bring a microphone. He's doing this from Texas, and his beloved TCU. Huge missed opportunity, because Belichick comes out. They do 7-0. They cut to Michael Jordan in the box with Roy Williams, the former basketball coach, and Lawrence Taylor. Then they cut to Jordan Hudson, 7-0. Like, Belichick's looking at the camera and like, okay, it's gonna be epic. And then they lost 48-14. And
like one of the worst losses in Belichick's coaching career.
The most points ever allowed by a professional by any game he's ever coached in the NFL or college, except he's coached one college game. The part that was funny to me, DK, I don't know how much of it you watched. The UNC and Belichick looked genuinely shocked by playing a spread offense. Totally flummoxed.
Wait, the offenses are different down here?
Like literally Kendall Briles is the son of Art Briles, and like they kind of are like one of the big families, both literally a family and also just a family of scheme that has dominated college football. This offense is like decade old. Mm-hmm. They haven't changed it. They just looked stunned.
Like, I mean, I think it's funny to talk about Belichick not knowing what offense the opposing team would play, but that's obviously not true. I will say, you don't want to overreact to one game. You don't want to make any huge declarations off of one small piece of the pie, but maybe there's a reason all NFL teams decided not to hire Bill Belichick.
Okay, so you are going to say okay.
Maybe. I'm saying maybe. Maybe there's a reason.
This was the easiest TCU -3.5 bet
I got it
of all time.
I have to tell you, I'm actually upset with myself. I did look at the alternate spreads, and I know that I went on the Take Purge and may have said some things about the long-term arc of this UNC team. I do think I'm right that he'll be back there next year because he's not getting an NFL head coaching job. But I will say, I also played
Your
both
prediction
sides.
was not that he would be back next year. Your prediction was that they would win the ACC.
Moving the goalposts.
And
I don't remember that.
They would be in the mix.
You said they would be
Georgia,
good this year.
Well,
and all of the top teams.
I played both sides because I also bet the alternate spread on TCU to win by 20.5. And I really wish I had bet further.
Yeah. Wish I had bet more money.
This was just like the all-time easiest. Of course, I'm taking TCU bet in this. It was like way too much hype. I feel like Bill Belichick's been in the building for like a month. Like I was like, if it's gonna work, it's not gonna work immediately. It's gonna take time. And Bill Belichick at UNC to me is like Ridley Scott making Gladiator 2. Where it's like, it sounds right. It looks good. We all remember Gladiator. Gladiator was awesome. But then you watch the movie and you're like, Ridley Scott's 85.
What are these dog things that are in this movie?
Like, you know what I mean? Like the movie made a lot of money. People went and saw it. The UNC is going to get good ratings.
Yeah, make a lot of money.
Be any good? Yeah.
All right. So yeah, with that said, let's go to Power Hour. Yeah, that was tough.
Dude, it just reminds me of Craig talking about Clint Eastwood like directing a movie.
Oh my
God. How old
God.
is Clint now?
Oh, now Clint's like 95.
Like
I stand by that. Juror number 2 is a great concept, and the guy's too old to direct that movie.
We'll just remake it when, you know.
How old is when what? He is 95, by the way. I nailed that.
That's wild. All right, let's get to Power Hour. We're going to go through basically who we think is going to make the playoffs, who we think is going to make the Super Bowl awards, MVP picks, everything. I want to start with the playoffs. But again, for those who don't know, we're going to do this Power Hour style, which means every 2 minutes you're going to hear this sound. Our
Tom
beloved
baby.
Genius of Love, Tom Club. Our beloved.
I still sometimes don't know what is the artist and what is the song.
I forget about it sometimes too.
I definitively don't know.
It's
what
Genius
is it?
Tom Club is the
band.
That's
Genius of Love is the song.
Okay.
Almost positive.
We love them no matter what their name is.
Exactly. They're the best.
Someday I'll watch The Purge.
Can't imagine.
And also someday I'll watch that Guy Pearce movie. What was the Guy Pearce movie that we do again?
Memento.
Yeah, Memento. Someday I'll watch
Forgetting
all
that
of our
one's always
references.
perfect.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through here. We're going to do 2 minutes on the clock. And at the end of 2 minutes, we're going to, in theory, move on. And so we're just going to go division by division here. I want to hear if you guys have winning and wild cards and everything. But let's just put 2 minutes on the clock. Kai, even though he doesn't have a microphone, can't believe TCU. There's your moment, Kai. Oh, it's too bad.
Grow up, Kai. Microphone.
The only win.
Count
they're ever gonna have all year.
2025.
You must be carrying a mic at all times.
You're Gen Z. I thought they just had microphones on them at all
I
times.
know.
The little things with the fuzzies on the top. Come on.
Yeah. It's like super blown out, but on purpose. It's like,
Right.
these are the top matcha lattes in Los Angeles.
You actually would rank
Yeah,
that.
you would make
we
that
should
content.
do that.
Craig.
I could do that. I
Kai,
could
write
make
that down.
list.
Okay. Number 1, 2 minutes on the clock. NFC East. DK, who do you have winning the NFC East? This is easy.
Eagles.
Craig.
Eagles.
Okay, I don't know why I started. I should have put a different division
2
for
minutes.
Dude, fuck, what are we doing the rest of the time? Why did I start with this one?
Well,
Who did
give
this?
us
So
Heifetz,
dumb.
give us the history of the NFC East because obviously history
Yes.
is working
That is a good
against
point.
us on this one.
So, I mean, obviously we're picking the Eagles. I will say the NFC East hasn't had a repeat champion in 20 years, which
That
is
is
the longest
the wildest stat.
any
Insane.
division ever in any sport in America, at least, which is pretty crazy. I would think it's going to, now that the Cowboys traded Micah Parsons, or the Giants going to overcome the hardest schedule in the NFL. Is Washington going to beat? I don't know. I just remember that Washington NFC Championship game. The Eagles, it looked like TCU UNC. Like the Eagles to me are the best bet to win their division. Do you guys have any wild cards in this division? I do not. I didn't have the Cowboys in the playoffs with Micah Parsons. Certainly don't have them there now. It's
I've
just
got the
Eagles.
Commanders.
I do too.
You have the Commanders making the playoffs?
I do. I have
yes.
them as the 7 seed. I think I'm now zagging on the zag where
Right.
I originally was like, this team's going to regress. It was kind of they had an easy schedule last year. A lot of things broke their way. But now I'm like, you know what? Jaden Daniels is fucking awesome. And when you're not in season, I think you forget that a little bit. And you start to talk about all the other things. And then week 1's going to roll around. I'm going to watch Jaden Daniels play. And I'm going to say, this guy is good for 10 wins every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the only argument, right, DK? It's just Jaden Daniels is good. We're great,
Yes. I mean, we saw what he did to elevate I mean, honestly, their roster wasn't that good last year, right?
No.
Like, and they did a lot of things in the offseason to plug the holes because, like you said, Heifetz, they kind of did this thing where they hired a bunch of guys on 1-year contracts and try and fill gaps. Yeah, mercenaries. And I think that they're ahead in terms of their rebuild schedule and in terms of where they probably expected they'd be. But I do think that, Jaden Daniels is just a program elevator. And
incredible song. Our favorite.
He's going to be good.
Yeah. So sneaking in as a 7 seed. Also, I think, their division, I think they can beat the Cowboys and the Giants. They could probably go 4-0 against those teams.
It's a little
Right.
uncalled for. The Giants going to win week 1.
I'm surprised you didn't have the
win
Giants as a wild card.
I will today we're recording on Tuesday the 2nd. We're going to do our preview in a couple days, and we're going to unveil this Ringer 107 thing where we're going to have to pick a bunch of bets against the spread. This podcast, we're going to compete against all the other football podcasts at the network, including Bill. I do think the Giants week 1. I'm interested.
Yes, because they're going to win the game. They're going to win the game in week 1. Watch.
Let's all just take only our Seahawks, Steelers, and Giants every week and see how we do.
Every single week. Yeah, so those who don't know, we're gonna the Ringer Fantasy Football Show. We're gonna compete against the Ringer Gambling Show. We're gonna compete against Bill Simmons' pod. We're gonna compete against the Ringer NFL Show. All the pods are gonna compete. It's called the Ringer 107 because it's be 107 games. It's 5 a week for the regular season, which is 18. That's 90, and then if you take all the games in the playoffs plus one special one for each round, it adds up to 107. And FanDuel actually put out odds on which pod will win, and we are like dead last.
Well, Bill made those
Bill
up.
made that up.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck, really?
Yeah, those aren't real. But Bill put us in dead
You
last.
serious?
We were 6-1 to win,
The
which I love.
disrespect is well noted and will
Do you
not
think
be
he
forgotten.
ranked us last because I'm gullible enough that when he said FanDuel made these odds, I believed him?
Probably.
Probably.
Craig,
we have worse odds than the Colts to win the AFC.
That's horrific.
Craig, question. What do you think the odds are that our 3 teams would be some of the most disrespected and slept on teams in the NFL this year? Just weird.
Yeah.
What
an
a weird
opportunity.
coincidence.
It's an
Emails
opportunity.
at ringerfantasyfootball@gmail.com if you know what the reward should be of the pods that win. Bill
Yeah,
actually
we can't
asked us
figure
to
out.
do that.
I think we should get a free trip to Vegas.
I think free trip to Vegas
that
is pretty
is
good. I could,
good.
yeah, free trip to Vegas. Emails
Also,
at
a tremendous looking
ringerfantasyfootball@gmail.
trophy.
Yeah, we want, or a giant trophy. No, I'd rather the trip to Vegas.
You guys,
Giant trophy behind me.
totally
No one even sees
forgotten. I had forgotten about that enormous trophy that we gave that
I
guy
know.
when he won
Okay.
the FanDuel contest.
We
It
have
was
like
like 12 feet tall.
Do you think he
so
still
many
has
divisions
that?
left?
They had to put it on a pallet.
Do you think he still has it?
They had to
What's he gonna
deliver
do
it
with it?
on a pallet.
Well, he's going to throw it away, Heifetz. That's what he's going to do with
junk
it.
and they'll lug it. I don't know. Okay, wait. We got to keep rolling here. Number
What's he
2.
gonna
2
do
minutes
with
on the
it?
clock, Kai. NFC West. DK, who do you have winning the NFC West?
I have the Rams winning.
You're such a coward. I picked your Seahawks and you didn't even pick them.
I thought about them. Thought about it.
I did it. Craig?
Niners.
I'm
Ooh.
shocked we have 3 different teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'm
have the
kind of
Seahawks in as
bitch.
a wild card, Heifetz.
Yeah, I have 3 teams from the NFC West.
Oh.
I have Seahawks winning the division. I have the Niners as a wild. I think the Niners are the popular team to pick to win, and the Cardinals. And I'm
The
not gonna
Rams
lie, I jumped ship
falling
on the Rams.
apart?
I jumped
Okay.
ship. Call me a coward if you want. I jumped ship, but I decided that I just can't. Like, if I'm wrong and Matthew Stafford stays healthy this year, that's cool. I can live with that. That's awesome. Like, that's good for football. If Matthew Stafford gets hurt and Jimmy Garoppolo, Sean McVay gets him to the playoffs anyway, cool. He's amazing. But I'm kind of just not. This seems the NFC West is the easiest schedule to me, and I don't know. I can't handle this Rams Stafford back thing for the entire season. It just feels such a stay away. And I just believe actually the Seahawks defense is going to be like elite. And I just believe the offensive line is going to get better. And I just think the Seahawks are going to. I think the Seahawks and Niners are solid picks. But I'm out on the Rams. I don't know, Craig. You're making a face.
No. I didn't have the Rams making the playoffs either. I have the Niners. I have the Niners as the 2 seed in the playoffs in the NFC. I have them winning the NFC West, and I have the Seahawks as the wild card 5 seed. I like the Rams when they're healthy. I don't trust that they're going to make it 17 games. I'm basically betting against that. And I think Robert Saleh and the Niners defense is going to be a lot better. I think Mike McDonald's defense in Seattle is going to be like top 5. And it's a tough division. I don't know. I think these are all going to be close, but I had to pick somebody to fall out. And that's
Niners have the easiest schedule in the NFL. So DK, why are you the coward not picking your Seahawks?
I don't know.
Okay.
Afraid to let love in your heart? I
Didn't want to sound like an asshole mostly.
No, I get
That's it.
I do think you're going to be good. I've come around I'm the idiot who thinks Sam Darnold's going to be solid.
If you want a glimpse into my process, I literally wrote down the Seahawks. Sorry, I wrote down the Seahawks and then I was like, and I erased it and I put the Rams and then I put the Seahawks as a wild card. But I am starting to believe, I'm stupidly beginning to allow myself to hope that the Seahawks are going to be actually pretty good. So yeah.
All right, NFC North, 2 minutes on the clock. I waffled and I decided I'm just going to have the Lions win the division, and I'm putting the Packers in the wild card, and that's it. What about you, DK?
I chose the Packers to win the division. And then I have the Vikings as a wild card team.
You
have
Lions
no
out of the playoffs.
Yeah. Not that I want them to be, of course.
I did the same thing Heifetz did. Lions winning the division. They're my 3 seed, and I have the Packers as the wild card 6 seed. I think the division will be messy. I don't think the Lions are going to win 14, 15 games or anything like that, but I do think they're going to be like 12-5, and the Packers are going to be like 11-6 is probably my guess.
But DK, so you really believe in the Lions combo of the GM really shooting their shot in their drafts, and the drafts kind of coming home to roost to missing players, and then also just losing 6 coaches and everything?
Yeah, I'm mostly just worried about this Ben Johnson thing. Maybe Jared Goff will come out and look as sharp as he always has
John
in the last
Morton.
couple of years. Yeah,
John Morton, the guy who built Bo Nix last year.
Built by.
I just have a little bit of doubt that that's going to be a thing. Plus, I think this is more of like a gut thing, but getting so far and then falling short, like they did last year where they lost to the Commanders and they were blown out and it was just like a huge disappointment. And we've heard Dan Campbell talk about this before. It's like, it's really hard to get back there. It's like, this is a mental hurdle that you have to make. And I'm just looking at that division. The Packers got a lot better over this offseason. Jordan Love will be healthy, hopefully. And they're going to be really good. And then I think the Vikings will be really good as well. It's just a really hard division. And I kind of had to just drop somebody out. I do think the Lions will still be competitive, of course, but yeah, that was kind of my logic.
I think the Lions just still have like one of the best 5 rosters in the NFL.
Yeah, there's so much talent. It was hard for me to drop them. The Vikings was easier, just the plexiglass thing. It's like they won however many games and they shoot up to 14, and now we're just assuming McCarthy can do it. I also think the defense, so much of the Vikings are depending on Brian Flores getting this crazy amount of pressure. And if teams develop any answers to what Brian Flores is doing, the secondary is awful.
Pressure!
I can't
Brian
even say
Flores has a unique ability to dialing up pressure, KB. We're back.
We are so
now we're back. Now the season started.
So
a day
feels
early.
good.
I can't wait. Did you guys see that Brady said that Rodgers is the best pure thrower of the football ever?
I did not see that.
I didn't see that, but I don't disagree.
Yeah. He was like, from getting it A to B, accuracy, velocity, pure arm talent, Rodgers is the best ever.
Why is Brady? This is the answer I still want to know. Why is Brady really good talking about football in every possible context except when he's paid to do it?
He's trying too
Which
hard.
is so funny because literally like the lights are too bright for him in the broadcast booth,
incredible.
which is the opposite of how he is actually playing football.
Every other time Tom Brady talks about football, it's incredible.
He cares. I genuinely believe this. He cares too much. He needs to fucking lighten up. Just it doesn't matter that much, man. Just go out there and talk about football.
Stadium Pulse.
Stadium Pulse. We're going to have to do that. The Stadium Pulse of the week. We're going to have that for the Sundays. Okay. Next up, 2 minutes on the clock. NFC South. Maybe we only need 1 minute for this. I'm picking the Bucks. No other teams. Do we even need 2 minutes for this? Do you guys have the Buccaneers?
I picked the Buccaneers as well.
I did too. I tried with Atlanta.
Yeah.
The right tackle going down. I'm just still like, I even if they make I think the Bucks are again a pretty good roster through and through. They're returning all 11 starters on offense. Like I just think they're a good team. I think the floor is high for the Bucks.
Yeah.
The Falcons are a franchise where I've just decided, you know what? I'm gonna let them beat me. You know, make them make a putt, and and the Buccaneers have more or less completely surpassed expectations for 6 straight seasons.
Totally.
So
the Buccaneers are like sneaky one of the top organizations right now. It's
the Buccaneers,
wild.
if they
Bill
were the
made
Jets,
the point that they're like in the contention for best team of the 2020s.
Do you know how much we'd be freaking out if the Buccaneers were in New York? Like the guys like Levante David. I'm just going to take a moment to talk about the Buccaneers. Like Levante David, middle linebacker for the Buccaneers. If he was on the Jets, he'd be like a Hall of Famer. Just from the fame, the name value. Levante David is about to have one of the best careers, like one of these last great middle linebackers that we've had. And just no one knows who he is or his name or anything. No one knows what he looks like. He's just
one of the
famous.
all-time feel players where he's just so instinctive, incredibly instinctive, and just knows where the ball is going on every snap almost.
Yeah, he's amazing. Vita Vea, Mike Evans, all these guys should be like so much more famous than they are. Mike Evans had that 7 straight 1,000-yard seasons before we kind of even
The Bucks, man, the Bucks lost by 3 in the playoffs last year to Washington. The year before that, they kicked the shit out of the Eagles in round 1. And then lost a close game to the Lions, who were really good in round 2.
And they kicked the shit out of the Eagles in 2020 too, or whatever the first year Heifetz was playing. Like the Bucks have just been awesome. Yeah, so
they draft really well.
Yeah.
They have 2 really good lines. Like they're incredible in the trenches. Yeah. Of course, it hurts that they lost Wirfs, but
great receivers. They got a good running back. I mean, they have a lot.
And they also did this thing where they went from quarterback to quarterback, and they still maintained like competitiveness and were still really good. Like Tom Brady came and went, and then they just replaced him, and they're still really good. They replaced him with a Panthers practice squad type player in Baker Mayfield.
Panthers practice squad safety Baker Mayfield.
He was playing scout team.
Incredible.
I don't know.
Incredible
if he really
story.
Was, but
The Ringer Fantasy Football Show is brought to you by FanDuel. Football fans, the wait is over. The NFL is back, and the best place to kick off the season is on FanDuel, because every game day during week 1, FanDuel is giving all customers a no-sweat NFL bet. From the money line to player props to same-game parlays, your no-sweat bet can be used on any NFL wager type, and if it doesn't win, you'll get bonus bets back. I have decided something, guys. I am going to bet every week this year. I'm going to bet Jalen Hurts to score a touchdown. I'm going to bet Christian McCaffrey to score a touchdown. And I'm also going to parlay both of them to score a touchdown every single week. And I'm going to just see what happens to me by the end of the year.
I love that.
Just not a bad bet. Based on last year, you'd be a rich man.
I'm just saying, like, I just think that is going to be a very profitable thing for me. And I'm going to let you guys know how it goes. So this season, make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap. Just visit FanDuel.com/RingerFantasy to kick off the NFL season with a no-sweat bet every game day during week 1. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Next up here, AFC East. I couldn't even pretend. I mean, I have the Bills, and I actually, at the last minute, and I kind of hate myself, I decided to put the Patriots in the playoffs as a wild card. And I actually feel like a traitor, but I decided to do it.
A traitor for being too loyal.
No, I just feel like, I don't know. It's like you work for Bill Simmons, you put the Patriots in the playoffs, but I'm like, you know what? I believe in Mike Vrabel so much. I hate to say it because they're probably going to suck, but
he's a floor raiser.
To me, the Bills and the Eagles are the easiest 2 ones to, right, Craig? Like to just slot in as the division winner.
Yeah, to be honest, I even think Baltimore. But yeah, I have the Bills as well winning
Same.
the AFC East. Yeah, I don't have the Patriots in though. This is the only Bills are the only team from the AFC East that I have in the playoffs.
I toyed with putting the Dolphins in there just to trigger you guys.
Wouldn't trigger me.
But Craig, you're kind of in on this now too.
I went on Cody.
Innie is into Miami.
Right.
I went on Cody Alexander's show, Match Quarters. It's an incredible Substack. I highly recommend it. He's like a defensive guru, and I just couldn't recommend his knowledge and what he puts out there higher. But he put the Dolphins offense really well. It's just the most fragile possible thing because they can't block, so the whole thing depends on Tua making the quickest possible decision to get the ball out in 2 seconds, so that Tyreek and Waddle being the fastest possible players to get to the concepts quicker. And if either of those guys aren't the fastest people in the world, or Tua either is not the fastest decision maker in the world, or he's hurt, or the quarterback behind him is not doing that. If any part of that chain breaks, nothing works, because if the receivers aren't the fastest people in the world, or the quarterback's not the fastest Steve Nash point guard, or if you know what I mean, then suddenly they can't run, they can't pass, and it's just like not
It's a
built.
symphony.
Yeah, there's no slack in the line. Like it's just the most fragile build ever for a team. And I'm like, there's a reason this team hasn't actually made it 19 weeks past wild card round. So I'm out on the Dolphins. And the Jets, I'm like, they're like the Falcons. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, make a putt. I'm not.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
AFC West, if I wasn't a coward, I would have picked the Broncos over the Chiefs, but I am. The Chiefs, I think, are going for their 9th or 10th straight division title ever. Ninth in a row for the AFC West. So I just kind of was like, don't be an idiot and not, I don't know. At some point,
same.
It's like annoying when you just kind of do that to change it. So do we all have the Chiefs here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How many games did Chiefs win last year?
15.
Yeah. Okay. And I think they got better.
They were like 10-0 in 1-score games, which
They
I know
won,
it's like
the Chiefs won 6 games
but
on
it's
the final
Mahomes.
play.
I know. I'm like, there's a point in which the argument for regression disappears when it's like they won 10 1-score games. I think that just means they're fucking awesome in 1-score games. Like, I don't think that's a coin flip.
That is
the
actually
closer.
the original point of the underlying math, is that like the extremes matter. Brady is going to win 2/3 of the game. And I think, the record they have is crazy. I think there was like, the Chiefs were like 17-2 in their last 19 1-score games. Yeah. That's too much, but at some point they are going to win like 7 out of 10 just because they're that good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was easy. I put the Broncos in and I kept the Chargers and Raiders out. I would be cool. I think the coolest story would be the Raiders making the playoffs.
I threw them in.
Did you?
The Raiders.
I did. I have the Broncos as the 6th seed, and the 7th seed I have is Vegas.
That's just fun. I
put the Broncos and Chargers in.
You put the Chargers in.
Yeah.
Because of Herbert or something else?
Yeah, because of Herbert.
Do you feel like they're going to, like, the offense will actually be able to score points?
And Harbaugh. What?
Do you feel like the offense is actually going to take a leap, even though it's kind of the same situation heading into this year?
Minus Rashawn Slater.
Well, it does hurt. Like, if you look at the splits when Rashawn's in and out, that's obviously not good. Like, the offense is much, much better when Rashawn Slater is in the lineup. But, they got another year of Ladd McConkey. You still have Justin Herbert. You add Amari and Hampton. You add like maybe some depth players come out. Keenan Allen is back. I do think this offense can get better overall, even though that injury sucks.
So to be clear, before we move on, do you guys have the Broncos out, or do you have 3 teams in the AFC West?
I have 3 in.
3.
Wow. Okay, cool.
I have the Broncos and Chargers making it.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was hard to do these picks, honestly.
I think, well, yeah.
Well, if they look too clean, it's like annoying because the playoffs never look clean. Every year you look at the playoffs, you're like a team that made it. You're kind of like, how'd they make it?
I think the Raiders, the defense, there's a lot of question marks, but I don't know. I kind of just like every single thing they did. Like, I think Pete Carroll is the ultimate floor raiser. Chip Kelly, Geno, adding Ashton Genty. They're indoors. Geno's awesome in the dome. I just kind of think this team is going to be in the mix, and if a couple things go their way, I think they could win like 9.
I can't wait for a month in. We're going to realize Chip Kelly and Bill Belichick should just switch jobs. Like Chip Kelly should just run UNC, and Bill Belichick should be the defensive coordinator for the Raiders.
For Pete Carroll?
Yeah.
God.
Pete and Bill?
That'd be so weird.
Go out the way. Yeah, he's the only one older than him. Okay. AFC North.
Pete looks like he's 60.
Dude, Pete, did you see him in the white starter, like Raiders starter jacket?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
The I almost bought one of those.
That guy's winning forever.
Yeah.
The Raiders being good again
is awesome.
We need it to happen, but it would be, the Raiders haven't been good in our life, basically. We really need, what, they were in the Super Bowl 25 years ago. Like, it'd be nice if
I wish they weren't in fucking Vegas. Like, it doesn't feel as good, you know?
It's weird. It's weird. It is weird they're in Vegas.
Like if you don't think about it, you're like Raiders, the silver and black, and like Pete Carroll makes sense. You're like, this is awesome. And then I'm like, God, they're in fucking Las Vegas.
It is
like down the
strange.
street from the Sphere. Go back to Oakland.
It is strange.
I agree.
Sorry, Vegas is taking your teams, Oakland.
Yeah.
Okay. AFC North. I assume we all put the Ravens, right?
Yeah.
Nothing to discuss
They're
there.
my 1 seed. Yeah.
Wild cards. Did we put the Bengals in? DK.
Bengals are in.
You didn't even
Offense
there are other
offense
teams in
matters.
that division.
What are the teams?
Nope.
The Browns.
Both of them are out.
I put the Steelers as a 5 seed.
5?
Being
Yeah.
slept on.
Yeah.
The
Do you
Steelers
think,
being
Rodgers, you
slept
think it's
on
going to
right
work?
now.
Just say it. Just say it. Like it's the eve of the season. Just say it. You think Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers is going to work?
I do. They won 10 games with Kenny Pickett. I think they can win 11 with Aaron Rodgers. I don't think that's crazy.
When
I
you
think the
put it like
roster's
that.
better this year than the last 2 years.
When he puts
I
it
actually
like that.
don't think this is that wild of a take.
Of course it's not. The
No, it's
pendulum
not.
has
It's-
swung too far. They win
Yeah.
9 or 10 games every fucking
Well-
year. Rodgers is better than the last 3 quarterbacks they've had. And the roster is really good right now.
Yeah, it's honestly, if I'm being honest, I probably should have gave this Patriots spot to the Steelers. The funny part is I didn't want to because I was trying to find new teams and the fucking Steelers made the playoffs last year, which is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Which, you know what I mean? You do the exercise, but the Steelers are almost like the opposite, where keeping them in is almost the bold prediction. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
cheating. But you're right, because I still think my whole thing with the Steelers this year is they're going to just be a slightly better version of the Roethlisberger offenses that were awful. Those teams still made the playoffs. Like
Again,
Roethlisberger in his old ass age still made a couple playoff seasons. So yeah, I don't think it's crazy that they win under 10 games. I just think it's going to be
I can't
bizarre
stress
to
this
watch.
enough. They went 10-7 last year. After they lost 5 straight games and still went 10-7.
They went
with
10-7
Russell
the
Wilson.
year before too.
Well,
year before
they
with-
lost to all the good teams.
Okay, but like
Backward.
shitty
that's
Russell
fair.
Wilson 2 years ago, they had Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, 10-7. I don't know.
And to be clear, I think I become such a Rodgers hater on the show that it's forgotten. Like I thought the Rodgers Jets thing was going to work before the Achilles injury. I also think Rodgers will be better than he was last year. Like I think the
Me
2
too.
seasons removed from the Achilles injury matters.
Yes,
at that
I don't
age.
think people are discussing enough. Everyone's like, he's old and washed. It's like,
DK's
well,
like,
last
you
year,
guys have never been 37.
he was 40 years old coming off a torn Achilles, and he played 17 games, and he threw for 28 touchdowns. I don't care if you call that a fake number. I think that that's a feat in and of itself that he was able to get through a season, not be horrific, throw 28 touchdowns, 11 picks. I just think that is an accomplishment. Kirk Cousins got benched after an Achilles tear when he was 36. Like, it was impressive that he just got through the season, and now he's a year after
He
that.
said that 3 times this month, DK. Does that sound how it sounds to him, to you? When he's like, Kirk Cousins was benched after an Achilles tear at 36. I'm like, that makes me feel worse, not better.
No, but it's showing how difficult it is to come back, and Rodgers got through it. And Rodgers is obviously a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins. Like, if anyone's going to be an outlier, it's the guy Tom Brady just says is the best thrower of the football ever.
DK, how do you feel?
I don't know how to fucking feel at this point. I think my concern is, yes, he is further along past the injury, but his age
He's
is going to nullify that, and he just may never get back to anything remotely
You know what it is?
close
Everyone's
to what he was.
afraid because it's easier to hop off the train, say they're going to suck, and then when they do, they can be like, obviously.
No.
It's a worse look
Yeah.
if you bet on the Steelers and they suck, you look like an idiot, so nobody wants to
I
do
agree.
it.
I think I know I agree, and I actually kind of regret having the Patriots here instead of the Steelers because the competency can't be overrated. I really do think the Steelers season, if I had to pick an outcome, is what was the year you got rocked by the Browns when Kevin Stefanski wasn't there? 2021, 9-7-1.
21, yeah.
Call it 10-7, and you lose in the wild card round. That sounds perfect.
Again, they do that every year. I don't know why this year's any different.
Honestly,
anything-
that's the best take of all. Is Rodgers is going to just put him on the factory line? Like it's actually not that different at all. He's just going to say some weird shit.
I just like, you think, DK, do you think that this quarterback situation with Pittsburgh with Rodgers is worse than the Fields-Russ combo, the Kenny Pickett-Mason Rudolph combo? Do you think it's the worst of those 3?
I think it's. I've argued that it's not. It's maybe a wash between the Fields-Russ one from last year.
Okay.
But we'll see.
It's not worse.
Yeah,
or
I don't know.
I mean, I think it's better. It's just completely incongruent with what Arthur Smith wants to run. But I also don't care because
I'm just dubious.
is Arthur
that's all.
Smith retiring next year? No. Is Aaron Rodgers? Yeah. So they're going to do what the fuck he wants. Like Arthur Smith doesn't play quarterback. Like they're going to do what the fuck Aaron Rodgers wants, and Arthur Smith can be mad about it. It's not.
Do you think this is another thing that I've kind of noticed that I think is funny is, and this happens with a lot of players as they get older. It's like the more they switch uniforms, like the more often we see someone in a new uniform, like it ages you. Like he looks so old now in the Steelers uniform.
Mm-hmm.
He looked so old in that Jets uniform last year.
It's like when Shaq was on the Heat, and yeah, you know, it's like
it's just like I don't know, like Gary Payton when he played for the Lakers. I'm like,
email us
God,
at
you
Ringer
look
Fantasy
so
Football
old.
at Gmail. That's a great one. All-time greats in like weird.
dude,
uniforms you forgot about.
Shaq on the Heat, Suns, Cavs, and Celtics. Shaq finished his career on the Celtics.
Celtics Shaq was bad. He was in that park pretending to be a statue.
It's like you're dressing up on Halloween or something.
Yeah, I guess he won a ring in Miami, but dude, Cavaliers, Celtics,
the Celtics one was bad. Okay, next up here, 2 minutes on the clock. AFC South. This one also is like, I don't know. Did we all pick the Texans to win the division? Yeah. Did anyone not?
I picked the Jags.
Did you really? You went with it.
I don't feel very good about this, to be totally honest.
Okay.
I felt like I was going a little bit too chalk. I went with Bills, Ravens, and Chiefs.
The AFC is weird because you either are you putting Bills or Ravens not there feels like you don't believe it. Whereas
I think I really like the Texans defensively. I think they're going to be really good. I love CJ Stroud. I still think they're putting an awful lot of stress on Stroud by like remaking this offensive line in the offseason, and it's going to be totally different. New offensive coordinator. I think there's a lot of moving parts here.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still think they'll be a competitive team, but this one was more just like something's got to give. There's got to be some new teams going in. I really like Liam Cohen, and I think that he could change the way that like we view the Jaguars. So
a lot of moving parts is an excellent way to describe the Texans.
Yeah,
because let's just say I don't wish this on anyone. Let's just say for a second, Nico Collins pulls a hamstring and is out of month.
Oh, come on!
I'm just saying. Well, he literally did it last year, so I felt like it wasn't like cursing him. He literally missed a month with a Nico Collins a month. I'm just saying, if he does, let's just say he does. Now we're like, wait a second. CJ Stroud has completely new players at running back. Like it's Nick Chubb, Damian Pierce, and Woody Marks at running back with Christian Kirk, who was flipped for like a 6th-round swap, and then 2 rookies at receiver with a new left tackle, a new left guard, and you're like, wait a second. There's like 2 remaining players from this year's team on last year's team.
Nick Caley,
offensive coordinator. You're like, holy shit! If like Nico Collins almost hides how few of these people were on the team last year.
Yeah, defense is sick.
A lot of moving parts.
Defense is good.
Defense is awesome. And it's honestly the reason I couldn't get past the Texans. The D-line's awesome. Secondary's awesome. Do you know how many teams can say that? Fucking 2. It's the Texans and the Broncos. They're like literally great secondary, great D-line. Just not a thing.
I mean, look.
It's Seahawks.
What about the Texans?
Sorry, Seahawks and Eagles. Sorry.
Eagles. What about Philly?
No, you're right. Sorry. AFC, Texans, and the Broncos, NFC, Eagles, Seahawks. I do think that's kind of the list, though. Most teams, there's not many good secondaries. And the Eagles fans, I think, would say the secondary is the part of their team that scares them the most. They're still better than most because they have Quinyon Mitchell and DeJean. But not many good secondaries, and very few have good D-lines, too. FanDuel has a fun promotion for NFL kickoff in each of the Week 1 primetime games. Here's how it works. Opt in and place an anytime touchdown bet on any Week 1 NFL primetime game using your profit boost. If the players you pick scores either the first or the last touchdown of the game, you'll earn a share of $2 million in bonus bets. That's $1 million split among first touchdown winners and $1 million split among last touchdown winners. So, Cowboys, Eagles, first game of the season, Thursday night. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's this guy named Jalen Hurts who they shove him in the butt into the end zone. And they do this so much that they actually want to change the rules of the NFL. DK, how do you feel about my cutting edge analysis that Jalen Hurts is a good bet here?
I mean, that feels smart. Yes, I think they're going to do what they call the brotherly shove, push him into the end zone. No one can stop it. They tried to make it illegal. It's a whole thing.
They failed to make it illegal.
They failed. What if, hear me out. What if maybe it was Saquon Barkley that they handed off to, though?
Wow.
It's quite good.
Can I make a bet for the last touchdown of the game?
Please.
I'd like to nominate my fellow teammate, George Pickens.
Pickens. I love that.
For when it's 40-0 Eagles and then George Pickens gets a garbage
deep ball.
time.
Cowboys are down 17. There's 2 minutes left. An easy Pickens fade into the end zone. Touchdown. Doesn't matter. Garbage time. Easy money.
Busted coverage.
I'm going to go Saquon because after that, Saquon's going to then just run back into the end zone with a minute left.
Just like a 55-yard touchdown.
Yeah. So there you go. There's their cutting edge analysis. Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts to score, although Craig's probably right. Pickens will probably be the last one. Okay. Go ahead and place an anytime touchdown bet on FanDuel for the game, and you get to cheer for the first and last touchdown to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets each. So with all that said, just to recap, do we want to go through all our picks here, or are we just going to list a bunch of teams and no one could follow it anyway?
Probably that. Probably don't want to list
we
them
say a
all.
bunch of
Wait,
names
how about this? Can we just each read our wild cards? Who are your wild cards for the AFC?
So my wild cards are Niners, Cardinals, and Packers.
Cardinals.
Mine are the Commanders, Vikings, Seahawks.
And then mine are Seahawks, Packers, Commanders.
Okay. So who do you guys have winning the NFC?
I went with the Packers.
I went with the Eagles of Philadelphia.
I went with the Eagles too. I kind of just
Philadelphia.
I really think the Eagles are the Legion of Boom over again. The defense isn't as good, but the offense is better. Like I just can't get over the amount of players that are on the Eagles that other teams wish they could have is preposterous.
Yeah.
All right. AFC wildcards, go.
I had the Bengals, Broncos, and Chargers.
Bengals and Chargers. Okay.
Bengals, Broncos, Patriots, and I feel terrible about the Patriots.
I went Steelers, Broncos, Raiders. Who do you guys have coming out of the AFC?
Bills.
So I have the Bills as the 1 seed, but I think the Ravens will make the Super Bowl. And I have what do you have?
I have the Eagles, Ravens in the Super Bowl.
I have Eagles over Ravens. What do you have?
I have Ravens over Eagles.
Oh, DK?
I had the Bills over Packers. So here's the deal.
Okay.
If we go, I would like to actually go back and look at this because I think like 75% of the seasons I've been employed by the Ringer, I've picked the Ravens to fucking win the Super Bowl, and they have not done it. So that's kind of where
now
I
you're
stand.
going with the Bills.
So now I'm going with the other team that lets you down every year, and the Bills, because I just feel like I need to switch it to a different team that lets you down.
It's so
every
funny.
year.
No one's going to pick the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl this year, which is so funny.
I was really close to doing Eagles, Chiefs again.
God, that would be
Eagles,
boring.
Chiefs would be the funniest thing ever. Just do it again. It's just like Warriors, Cavs were just cursed every year to get this blowout.
I have the Ravens beating the Chiefs in the AFC Championship.
I think so too. I think so too. I kind of ultimately, this kind of bleeds a little bit into MVP, but it's the same logic where I have Josh Allen for MVP. We don't have to do that right now, but the point being,
I do too.
When the schedule came out,
Again, you have back-to-back Josh Allen MVP?
I do, for the simple reason that it's this simple to me. You guys know I have a boring take on MVP, which is it's a team award, very thinly disguised as a player award. And when the schedule came out, the Bills were favored in every game. When they actually set the lines in May. And that like basically has never happened. The Bills were favored in like every single of the games. So I kind of just think the Bills have a regular season schedule soft enough that I actually do think the Bills can win 14 or 15 games this year. And so I think if the Bills win 14 games, like Josh Allen will win MVP because it's to me similar as last year. His top receivers are like Khalil Shakir with a high ankle sprain. And then like there's no good receivers in the team. So he gets the award.
Well,
but I think the Ravens are a better team, and I think they have more depth everywhere, and that's kind of that simple to me.
I know this is the funny thing. I was just thinking this is all this exercise that we're doing, and we do this every year. It just comes down like who gets hurt.
Yeah, no, really though.
It's like okay,
but this is one of the reasons I'm
hurt?
concerned for Buffalo. I'm concerned for Buffalo because their top cornerback is Christian Bedford, who's awesome. I won't have to do the whole thing, but the point being, they're counting on Tre'Davious White to play for them, who had an ACL and Achilles combo like 2 years ago. They're counting on Maxwell Hairston, who's a rookie who's already hurt. Taron Johnson got hurt in the first preseason game. I'm just like, I'm a little worried. But anyway, I totally agree, TK. It's like there's 10 teams actually trying to win the Super Bowl and 6 get hurt, and then the whole thing comes down to the other 3 or 4. It's kind of it.
Yeah.
I mean, the real take is like, does anybody have a team outside of Baltimore, Buffalo, and Kansas City in the AFC? Like, I feel like those 3 is just whack-a-mole. Picking one of those 3 to make the Super Bowl, I don't.
So if you want to go to
take, it's like, but it's like if you have anybody outside of that,
there's
to
a
me,
pick,
that's the real.
There's a pick and then there's a bet. I was joking. It's like shot in a beer where they're like, pick is like, what do I want written down next to my name a year from now? Not look stupid. But if you're talking about the bet, the Ravens, are they a good bet at 7-1? Absolutely not. Or the Eagles a good bet at 7-1? I mean, weirdly, probably, yeah. But like, if you're asking me which team is probably going to deliver the best ROI on a Super Bowl appearance, we talked about this a month ago. It hasn't moved. I think the Buccaneers at 27-1, just for the chance of being the second best team in the NFC, is not nothing. Because if the Eagles don't make it back, who the fuck in the NFC is going to make it back? And like everyone's like, oh, the Packers. I'm like, all right, no one thought that a week ago. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. I think the Buccaneers are solid. I also do think, you know what else team is intriguing to me is the Seahawks are 70-1 to win the Super Bowl. And what if they just have a top 3 defense? That's interesting to me.
Yeah.
But the AFC, Craig, your point is right. I don't know. The AFC's harder. It's like the Broncos are 27-1. Is that the worst team you could see winning the Super Bowl?
Yeah. It's the Texans or the Broncos, probably. I still think my NFC team now, I'm like zagging on the spot. I didn't even feel this way an hour ago, but like Washington was like kind of close to making the Super Bowl. I don't know. They were
literally in the championship game.
Everyone's just like out on them. And I'm like, if Jaden is a top 5 quarterback in the league, they're 20-1 to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's just, no, you're right. It's just the Washington thing. It's so annoying to say, but it's just, it depends on health. They're the oldest team in the NFL. Bobby Wagner's 36. And if he gets hurt, the defense is fucked. Like, you know what I mean? It's just that all across the board.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And if it's the Seahawks have the same odds to win the Super Bowl on FanDuel as the Jags.
Doesn't that just sound ridiculous to you?
Come on.
In an easier conference. Like how is that possible?
I'm going to bet that just out of principle.
How is that possible? Like the NFC is like the path to being Jags. If the Eagles are the best team in the NFC, the path to being the second best team in the NFC is like so much easier. What is the Jaguars' path to being the second best team in the AFC that doesn't involve like serious injuries?
The Seahawks won 10 games last year.
The Seahawks lost.
The Jags won 4.
They're a tiebreaker. You see what I'm saying? Where I'm like, the Seahawks are clearly the best bet on the board. It's fucked up.
No, I'm mad.
There are certain teams where I feel like if they make the playoffs, I will then bet on them differently than if they were a regular season team. Like I feel that way about the Texans and the Commanders. I don't know if this makes sense, but like if the Commanders can get to the play, like I don't know if they can get to the playoffs, but if they do, I will bet them to go far because I trust Jaden in the playoffs.
It's like March Madness. You're like a horseshoe.
Like the Texans, for some reason, like to me, the Texans, whenever they're in the the last 2 seasons with Stroud, the Texans have been a hard fucking out in the playoffs.
It's because their defense is awesome, and Washington's because Jaden Daniels the truth.
And I trust Stroud. Like they almost beat the Chiefs last year, and so I'm like, if the Texans can just get to the playoffs, and if the Commanders can just get to the playoffs, I will then feel much more confident betting on them in those games compared to like me betting generally that they'll make the playoffs, if that makes sense.
I think this is the right conversation because I think there's 2 schools of people. There are people who basically think the Bills and Ravens will get it done one day, and people who are like, nope, Lamar and Josh, like they're not going to get it done. And I thought a thing that happened recently in golf is Xander Schauffele, who was every sport has their like, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Like every sport has their guy that like
SDSU, Aztec.
There you go. And like every sport has that guy who's just kind of like, hasn't won a major yet or whatever.
Yeah.
And Schauffele basically kept coming in second. And they asked him if he was going to change anything. And he said, why would I change anything? This is the best I've ever done. Like literally like my process has led me to coming in second place like 7 times. I had never done that before. So why would I change anything? And eventually won 2 majors in the same year.
Yeah.
And I feel that way about about the Bills and the Ravens, where people are like, Josh can't get it done. Lamar can't get it done. I'm like, just fucking wait a second.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It took John Elway forever to win. It took Peyton Manning. Like, it takes time. It takes the right season. It takes luck. And they haven't necessarily had the luck and the time. And so
only one team wins every year, guys.
Yeah. However, if you think what I'm saying is horseshit, I think you should bet on the Texans at 25-1 or the Broncos at 27-1. Right? Because it's one or the other. If you don't think that holds water, and you're like, the Lamar can't get it done, Josh can't get it done, there's incredible odds to be had in the AFC. That's all I'm trying to say.
DK, your Saints are dead last at 400-1.
My Saints.
Dude, I didn't know Super Bowl odds went to 400-1.
I would not bet that. For the record, I would not bet that.
You wouldn't bet that?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying they're going to be all okay.
Wait, I told you this. I don't think you believe me. I told you guys that I bet on the Giants in February
to win the Super Bowl.
To win the Super Bowl.
150-1 right now.
They were 450-1, and I didn't know the odds went that high until this year. And I remember thinking, if you play the season 450 times, you don't think the Giants could win a Super Bowl?
I don't know.
I guess they could.
that makes me so
I
upset.
don't really know how that works.
I mean, I guess not, but still.
Playing the season
guess they could.
450 times.
Yeah, sure, they could.
It makes me upset. Anyway,
I
okay.
can, let me look. Hold on. Yep, I found one instance where they could do it.
Let me run my permutations here.
Yeah, do the Doctor Strange thing.
Yeah,
So-
I've never seen those movies.
All right, DK,
But
are
I-
you
I
actually
get-
you
well,
actually
it's-
think the Packers
the
are
Isn't
gonna-
it in the like the Infinity, whatever, the Avengers? The
Yeah,
last one?
he does like a little hand twirl. and
Yeah,
there's
it's
a
like the
portal
15 million to
and-
one, and he's like does the one, and
Okay, what was the question?
I just like when they call him the wizard. Packers, are you prisoner in the moment with Micah Parsons? Are you saying that
Yes.
the Packers are going to be awesome with him, or the Eagles fall off, or both? Like, why are you picking
I already thought the
Packers?
Packers were a pretty good team, very complete team on both sides of the ball, well coached, good quarterback who, and if he's healthy, the offense is going to be significantly better, I think.
Mhm.
They invested in the offense with Matthew Golden. I don't know. This team just looks really good. They got a first-round rookie receiver, and they traded for one of the best defensive players in the NFL. And I think that defensive player is going to raise the floor for everyone around him as well. But also a little bit prisoner of the moment. It's just hard to pick out of the NFC. It's like
Yeah.
the Eagles are probably the best team.
Is it kind of wild that the Chiefs have the fourth best odds to win?
It's
the Super Bowl?
hilarious. It's just literally fatigue. It's so funny. I mean, it makes sense. Like, they literally won 15 games, but like they should have
It's
won
like
like
the
10.
Charlie Chapman went to a Charlie Chapman lookalike contest and finished fourth.
Like the Ravens and the Bills have the best two odds. They've never even been there.
It's so funny. Yeah, we should probably just bet the Chiefs 8-1. Probably the best number we'll get all year. They're gonna start like 8-0.
They've never even been there.
This is funny.
And now it's time for a special part of today's episode brought to you by NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. There's no such thing as too much NFL, but how can you handle it all when it's 1 p.m. on a Sunday? You're flipping through channels like a madman. Your phone is blown up. It's just a complete sensory overload. This is the whole reason NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV is basically a must-have from September to January. It's the only way to impose order on the chaos. It gets you every game, every Sunday, all in one place with features that help you stay on top of all the NFL action. Plus, right now, new users can grab it for 8 payments of just $34.50 per month. New users pay $276 or 8 non-cancelable payments of $34.50 a month with first payment charged at purchase. Payment plans not available everywhere. With NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games and YouTube TV base plan for local and national games, requires base plan, excludes digital-only games and commercial use. Terms, embargoes, and restrictions apply. No refunds. Craig, I feel like the YouTube Sunday Ticket is the calm in the storm.
It's an absolute necessity if you're an NFL fan, genuinely. Like once you go multi-view, you cannot go back. It is the only way to do it. The customization, I genuinely look forward to it every Sunday morning.
I have been waiting for this product my entire life. Just everything
This
in
is
one
like,
place.
it honestly feels like we're living in the future. It's so great because you go, like I can be watching it on my TV. I can put it onto my phone as I walk into my kitchen. I can put it on my tablet as I get into my kitchen. I'm cooking dinner, and it's just so amazing that you can literally just put it on any screen that you want. You can watch all the games that you want to watch. You follow the action. You follow every single play. It's amazing.
Device and content restrictions apply. With NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV, 1 p.m. is actually the best part of your Sunday. You're in the driver's seat of your viewing experience. You have your pick from every game, every Sunday, all in one place, and you're controlling the chaos like a champ. New users, grab it for 8 payments of just $34.50 per month. Go to youtube.com/ringerfantasy to sign up now. New users pay $276 or 8 non-cancelable payments of $34.50 a month with first payment charged at purchase. Payment plans not available everywhere. With NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games and YouTube TV base plan for local and national games. Requires base plan. Excludes digital-only games and commercial use. Terms, embargoes, and restrictions apply. No refunds. All right, let's get to awards. MVP. DK, who do you have winning MVP this year? We can do a pick
want
and
Josh
if you prefer
Allen.
bet.
Josh Allen.
I have Josh
And then-
too, just because I think
So
that
Josh
they'll
was
win
my
games.
pick, and then there's a couple guys I like with longer shots, and this kind of goes to what like my other predictions. But Jordan Love is 16-1, and then Dak is 40-1.
Whoa.
So those both feel like
Dak 40 to 1's pretty
interesting odds.
Craig, who do you pick?
I pick Lamar to win the MVP. I don't like any of these odds. I don't know.
Matt Stafford's 40 to 1.
Do we
Craig.
still like Jalen Hurts at 20 to 1 for what we think will be the best team in the conference? We're just like, all right, so if the Eagles win 15 games, is Jalen Hurts going to win MVP or not?
Does he have the best defense in the NFL?
Well, that's the problem. But I'm like, but it's just funny to see a quarterback for a team where everyone's like, he doesn't get enough respect. And then they're going to win 14 games. And I'm like,
I will say, if Jalen Hurts sprains his knee and misses 5 weeks, I think Brock Purdy could be the 1 seed and win the MVP.
yeah, I mean, Purdy's 22 to 1.
What is Purdy? Yeah.
27 to 1, 22 to 1.
MVP's hard to bet just because you're like, yeah, it's probably Josh or Lamar and their odds are terrible. But
I mean, you should probably, if you take, if you bet Lamar and Josh, one of those.
So here's the one I like. We're just switching over. I think I'm just disrespecting Tom and just moving conversations.
moving
here.
on.
I think Tom's dead. I think it's
RIP
over
to
for this
Tom.
episode.
So I want to do Offensive Player of the Year. I think this one really shocked me.
Offensive Player of the Year, not Rookie of the Year.
Offensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
Well, before I say anything, who do you guys have? Craig.
I didn't prepare for that award. That's a fake award, and I
Perfect.
Let me give the Offensive Player of the Year preamble here. For a long time and for unknown reasons, it was also the quarterback who won MVP would win the Offensive Player of the Year award.
I'm boycotting the Offensive Player of the Year.
Which is super stupid. But I will say the last 6 seasons, it has not been a quarterback. Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, Derrick Henry,
It's the best
Michael
non-quarterback,
Thomas.
essentially.
Right. So
Well,
that's
or
the
if you break a record. So when Drew Brees would throw for 5,000 yards and that was a cool round number, they would give it to Drew Brees, but he wasn't the MVP because they would win 10 games.
So just take Joe Burrow at 60 to 1.
I literally was going to say, I'm sorry, I'm betting on it right now before I give this opinion. Joe Burrow at 60 to 1 for Offensive Player of the Year for someone that's widely just believed to lead the league in yards and touchdowns is absolutely bizarre. Like, how is Jackson Smith and Jigba's
Because they don't give it
odds?
to the quarterback anymore.
Jackson Smith and Jigba's odds for Offensive Player of the Year are higher than Joe Burrow? That's fucking preposterous.
It is. Kyron Williams is ahead of him.
That's
come on.
insane. I'm betting this right now before this episode comes out. It's 60 to 1 now. We're going to move this number down because it's actually crazy. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen is 60 to 1. How does that make sense?
Because I'm telling you, it's the non-quarterback.
Wait, who won it last year?
Saquon.
Okay.
And before that
And
was
the year before
McCaffrey.
that,
But
CMC.
it's round numbers. 2,000 yards from scrimmage. 2,000 yards. You break the
Did
record.
Cooper Kupp win it, the Triple Crown?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
But
And then
regardless,
Tractor
it's
Seat-
like
I went with Tractor Cito.
Derrick
The
Henry.
little tractor.
You said that like people know that's his nickname.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry's odds are 14 to 1. Oh, Tom.
Tom woke up.
He's alive. Shout out Tom. God, I love Tom.
He woke
Little
up in a cold
tractors.
sweat.
Little tractors taking over. He's going to score 25 touchdowns this year and go over 2,000 yards.
Okay.
That's pretty good. I kind of like that. Oh, I'm going to bet that right now.
The Ravens are going to be leading a lot, which means he's going to be salting away games with this little tractor.
This little
Sorry,
tractor.
That sounded like condescending. That's not what I meant.
did.
He's a huge tractor.
Sounds like you're talking about his penis. His
mega
little
tractor. Tractor Cito.
We were all thinking it.
Uh,
All right. Craig, what awards did you prepare for?
wait, hold on, Heifetz. Who's the spicy take for the Offensive Player of the Year?
Joe
besides
Burrow
the-
at 60 to 1. What the fuck is that about? Dak Prescott's low too. It's just
Okay.
like,
They're
all
not
right,
gonna
Joe
give it
Burrow
to
throws for
quarterback.
say, what if Joe Burrow throws for 5,200 yards? He's going to win Offensive Player of the Year.
Tough shit, pal.
No, he's going to.
To answer your question, Heifetz, I prepared for Defensive Player, Rookie of the Year, offensively and defensively, and Coach.
All right, Defensive Player.
Hold
of
on,
the Year.
hold on 1 sec. I want to just put this out there because I think it's funny, and I do not think that he's going to win this, but Cooper Kupp won the award in 2021, which was 4 short seasons ago. Guys that are ranked above him right now include Jake Ferguson, Romeo Doubs, Rico Dowdle.
Rico Dowdle as the backup Panthers running back ahead of Cooper Kupp is pretty.
Cooper
incredible.
Kupp, this is bullshit, man.
That's
I feel
pretty
for you.
amazing.
Also, Puka is 20 to 1 and Devontae Adams is 101. Do what you will with that information.
Okay.
Jackson Dart 400 to 1. Offensive Player of the Year.
That's kind of fun. Except they're not going to give it to a quarterback. Hopefully, or else it's stupid.
Past. Okay. Defensive Player of the Year, Craig.
Jared Verse, 15 to 1.
Ooh,
Oh, that's pretty good.
15 to 1.
Yeah.
I went Micah
I went with
Parsons.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Hutchinson, yeah, he should have won it last year.
He's going to have like 25 sacks.
There's nothing cool about me saying Micah Parsons, but like, I'm just like, yeah, that sounds like it'll happen.
5
Parsons
to 1.
is the best odds.
Parsons,
yeah.
the back thing scares me. Aiden Hutchinson, don't we have the rule? Don't bet on a guy the year after he broke his fucking leg.
We do, but I did it anyway.
Okay.
You know what else is funny while we're talking about funny odds? Do you remember who won Defensive Player of the
He's
Year
built
last
diff.
year?
Pat Surtain,
Do you remember who's supposed to be like the best defense in the NFL this year?
Denver.
Do you know what his odds are? 33 to 1.
They're
Does
not
that
gonna
not
give
just
the-
tell you how stupid the voting is? That they're
Well,
like,
it
well,
was
they'll never give it
because-
to the same guy twice.
Last year was a weak sack year, and it was Trey Hendrickson, and the Bengals didn't make the playoffs.
Literally, if a guy doesn't hit 18 sacks, they just give it to a fucking cornerback.
Yeah.
Like
That's why,
like,
to be honest, I was going to say TJ Watt because
He's
Myles Garrett, like
He's
the
10
Browns
to
are going
1.
to suck. Aiden Hutchinson, the leg, Micah Parsons, the back. TJ Watt is like sitting there at fourth best odds, 10 to 1.
I mean, the other one, Nick Bosa, is 15 to 1, and you're like, we all expect the Niners to make the playoffs.
Will Anderson's 11 to 1.
Yeah, but
He just
he's
has
like,
a boring fucking name.
it's just too boring.
Will Anderson.
Too boring.
Old
yeah.
Bill.
I just think it's funny the reigning defensive player of the year is 33 to 1. I feel like that has that ever happened before? Just he's
I
a
like how-
quarterback. That's
I love how
you got your
offended
little
Heifetz
award.
gets.
You actually thought you were good. You don't get sacks. We can't count up your numbers. It's just funny to me. That's crazy. Oh, there you go. Tom.
Now Kai's just throwing it in when
Kai's
he feels
just
the
throwing it
pause.
in whenever.
I-
He's just mad at
what a
you tonight,
fucking
Mike,
pro.
and can't talk about TCU.
What a pro.
Defensive rookie of the year. I mean, we don't have to talk about it. Did we all take Abdul Carter?
I think he is going to win, but his odds are kind of ridiculous.
His odds
if
are
we
like
wanna
even
do,
money to win.
Yeah. If we want to do like which bet we like, I like Tet McMillan. Oh no,
Defensive rookie.
sorry, I like
hard to
you know what I
talk.
like? Shamar Stewart. I'm zagging.
Practice is bad.
Nothing about that was actually funny except for the way that Craig delivered it. Like he was so proud of himself. Shamar Stewart.
16 to
Yeah.
1 for the guy who didn't show up to camp.
Yeah, I'm taking Shamar Stewart. That's exactly how these things go in the NFL. It's
The
like
guy who has the most sacks is gonna
Nobody
win.
knows
And
anything.
Therefore, Shamar Stewart.
Shamar Stewart, when he plays, I think is going to be awesome. And I think there's nobody else on the fucking Bengals other than Trey Hendrickson and him. And I think he's going to get a lot of sacks.
That's funny. DK? Do you think practice is bad?
I mean, Abdul Carter is the obvious easy one, and
Dude,
he
he's
would
like
win it.
plus
even money. It's
185.
crazy.
But Travis Hunter, 14 to 1.
He's second team cornerback.
I think he's not going to play
He's
enough on either
fucking
side to win
playing.
either of these awards.
Here's a spicy one: Jahad Campbell for the Eagles.
yeah, there's
Playing
too much
off-ball
going on in
linebacker.
Philly, though.
No,
You-
he's playing off-ball. He's gonna have like 150
need-
tackles.
why I picked Shamar Stewart is I was like, there's not a lot going on in Cincinnati. Like, there needs to be it's like Myles Garrett is like the guy on the Browns who gets 20 sacks and then he wins and he's the star of the defense. You need to be Jihad Campbell's not going to be the star of the Eagles. There's too much going on.
The one that's actually packed is offensive rookie of the year because you have Genti is like 3 to 1. Cam Ward's like 3 to 1. Omarion Hampton for the Chargers is like 8 to 1. Travis Hunter's 10 to 1. Tet McMillan for the Panthers is like 12 to 1. Trevion Henderson's 14 to 1. Emeka Ibuka for the Bucks is 16 to 1. Matthew
is a
Gold for
tough
the
one.
Packers is 22 to 1.
This is
Tyler
hard.
Warren for the Colts is 27 to 1.
27 to 1.
All those guys could do it. Like all those. The reality is, a quarterback went number 1. If the Titans are good, that's hard to beat. But like that's a pretty stacked class of people.
Dart is 27 to 1. Heifetz.
Dude, don't even
Get yourself a dart.
Don't even start with me.
I like-
the last couple winners. Here's the history of the award here. Jaden Daniels last year, CJ Stroud before that, Garrett Wilson, Jamar Chase, Herbert, Murray, Barkley.
Brock Bowers last year literally had more catches than any rookie has ever had, and we were all like, obviously it's Jaden Daniels.
I
And we
mean,
got it right.
and it should have been. Yeah, probably.
It's fierce. But
So do you think Cam Ward? I don't know. It's 3 to 1 right now.
I think
frankly,
there's a lot of nice late. Like I think Ibuka at 16 to 1 is really nice.
Yeah.
if you're
Tyler
betting
Warren-
in Ibuka, but
I had
realistically,
Tyler Warren.
Cam Ward will probably win this award.
Harvey is
Yeah.
27 to 1. Your boy.
Cam
RJ?
Ward or Genti. They also have to be cool. This is essential for rookie of the year. Is it always goes to a cool player? Cam Ward, Genti, overwhelming odds.
I'm increasingly fearful of. I think Genti might have like a 300 carry, 3.9 yards
Right.
per carry season.
Right.
I'm a little nervous that they're just gonna pound the rock with him, and he'll like muscle his way to 1,300 yards and never really look that good. That's kind of how I feel about him right now.
Yeah, I think that's totally possible.
I went with Hampton. He's my favorite, and then Warren's my favorite sleeper.
Yeah. I think those are.
I don't think a tight
packed.
end has ever won Rookie of the Year. I believe.
That's interesting. Okay.
He has long hair, though.
That's true. Yeah. I think Ibuka and Ted McMillan, like if one of those guys just has 1,200, 1,300 yards,
All
and
right.
Cam Ward is okay.
Yeah.
The dumbest award and my least favorite one is Coach of the Year, because there actually is a Coach of the Year award. It's called the fucking Lombardi Trophy. And so I just think it's funny
Did Bill Belichick ever win the Coach of the Year award?
like twice.
Okay.
It's pathetic. Like the Coach of the Year award is like you're going to get fired in 3 years.
Stefanski has won it
Twice
in the last 6
5
years.
years.
Let me check
Or
how many.
5 years,
I think
you're
he
right.
won it as many times as Bill Belichick did, which kind of tells you. Yeah, he won it 3 times. Stefanski's won it twice. So that kind of tells you.
DK.
Matt Nagy won it in 2018.
Here's how you know it's
Christ.
stupid. Do you know the people who are like 75 to 1 to win Coach of the Year is Harbaugh? 75 to 1 is Andy Reid. 75 to 1 is Sirianni.
It would be weird if they gave it to him.
Good
basic
coaches are Kevin O'Connell's 50 to 1. How is that possible?
Well, it's not really. It's kind of
'Cause
like
it's
the
not the
comeback
award.
player of the year. It's basically like the which coach took the bad team to decent.
Yeah, which person were we wrong about? And we all think Kevin O'Connell's good, so there's no outcome Kevin O'Connell could be the coach of the year because he already won the 14 games last year. It's so stupid. So the favorites are like Ben Johnson, Mike Vrabel, Liam Cohen, Aaron Glenn, Pete Carroll, guys who didn't make the playoffs last year to do it. Or you have to take a good
This
team
is like
to great.
Heifetz railing against rushing stats in fantasy.
All right,
It's like,
fine. I'll shut up. I'm
just
like,
get
this
on
is the
board,
stupidest
man. This is
fucking
how
award.
the awards are given out.
It's fucking stupid.
We don't need the riot act on why this award is stupid. Just
Fine.
give us who you think's going to win it.
Mike Vrabel.
Okay, that's fair. I went with Pete Carroll.
Yeah, I like Pete Carroll.
Fuck it.
I like Pete. Pete at 14 to 1 is nice. Also, if you think the Broncos are going to win the division, Sean Payton is 20 to 1.
If the Broncos win the
Liam
division,
Cohen's 10 to
Sean
1.
Payton better get coach of the year.
Want to know a spicy one? And this is narrative based a little bit, but if the Cowboys compete this year, especially after trading away Micah
Schottenheimer would be
Parsons,
awesome.
Schottenheimer 30 to 1.
Be sick.
Kind of like it.
Schottenheimer 30. I think
Like if
Brian
they
Schottenheimer would be good.
if they sneak in on 11 wins and win the wild card or get into the wild card or whatever, Shotty.
It's so funny. Literally, the 3 worst odds are Andy Reid, Nick Sirianni, and John Harbaugh.
Tells you a little bit about the award.
Because it's how the award is given, Heifetz. Get on board.
Yeah,
Like,
just-
figure it out.
That's stupid. The way it's presented is dumb.
I'm picking Pete Carroll.
The last one, I didn't even know you could bet on this, but I think it's funny, is NFL Comeback Player of the Year, which I think is a funny concept. But the Aiden Hutchinson's favored, but then there's also Dak Prescott and Christian McCaffrey's 3 to 1. JJ McCarthy, who should not be
CMC.
eligible.
Yeah, that's
he
an
did
easy
not
one.
play.
He's not
Who?
coming back from anything. He didn't play in the NFL yet.
JJ McCarthy is 9 to 1. I guess he's eligible for the award, but no chance. Nick Chubb's
Put
20
Dak.
to 1. But I think McCaffrey, if he plays 17 games, feels like a lock.
This is the award I don't understand because it's like, is this the guy who came back from an injury, or is it like Trevor Lawrence? What is he coming back from?
I don't know, Craig,
Being
because
bad.
I watched DeMar Hamlin.
Being bad?
I watched DeMar Hamlin
It's
die on the
happened
field.
before, Craig.
And then they gave the Comeback Player of the Year to Joe fucking Flacco because he had just been retired.
Because he retired.
He had just not been playing, and they gave him
came
Comeback
back to
Player of
work.
the Year. DeMar Hamlin
like-
came back to life.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I
It
just don't
really
get it.
is. Sometimes it is like Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year a couple of years ago, and it's like, well, because he was bad prior to that.
Jim Harbaugh won Comeback Player of the Year as a player for the Colts because they were like, you weren't hurt, you were just on the Bears.
They're different awards. Like I think comeback player of the year, if you want to make that injury related, like that's fine. If you can give it to Aiden Hutchinson, he broke his leg or whatever. But there should be like
Most
giving it to
improved.
Trevor
They need a
Lawrence,
most improved player.
most improved breakthrough performance. They
Well,
give that at like the Grammys or something.
They
Like,
need more
if-
awards. Like this
if
is
Tre-
Why did Chad Pennington won it twice?
yeah. They need a
2006 and
positional
then
award.
2008. What's
They
going
need
on
a
there?
Belt for the best quarterback, best running back, best receiver, best O lineman like college football has. They need a best unit, but to your point, they also need most improved player. Because yeah, it's kind of crazy that Trevor Lawrence would be in the same category as Christian McCaffrey.
Like Hunter Renfrow if Hunter Renfrow caught 97 passes, I'm like, that is exactly what I think this category should be. Why is Russell Wilson on this? What is he coming back from?
Being bad.
Being
Why
bad.
did Josh Allen
so
win it in
funny.
2020? Can you remind me? I can't actually remember.
Because he
he was
sucked and
bad.
then he was good. It's insane. The criteria is there's no criteria.
I hate it.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
There's a Protector of the Year award this year, Heifetz.
Yeah, I'm glad they added it. Penei Sewell has to be the answer. I think he's the best lineman in the NFL.
Predicting which offensive lineman is going to win an award is where I draw the line.
Okay, all right, let's stop there. All right.
How are you going to? Okay, DK, what's your thought process there?
I usually would go
like a guard.
and I would look at
really
who
good.
the best offensive linemen are.
Yeah,
and then I would decide.
Pick one of the top 3.
Yeah.
Him. Okay. Let's get to. I want to get to. We got a lot of emails here, and again, just a reminder: we're doing the show Sunday nights, Mondays. We're doing waivers, Monday football. We're doing Power Hour Wednesdays, Friday, previewing the weekend. So please stick with us all season. But I do want to get to some emails because we got so much feedback on a conversation we had last week where Craig basically asked. I want to just basically summarize your argument, Craig, which was basically if you throw a baseball righty, obviously you're throwing it righty. But what about swinging righty makes that like a righty act? What about you if you hit a golf club from what we call it righty, what about that is an inherently righty behavior? Is that basically right? Is that a fair summary?
Yeah, my argument was if you're swinging a bat righty, is that a right-handed dominant motion or is it actually a left-handed dominant motion?
Which is very interesting. I think we got crazy amount of feedback.
So many emails. Thank you to everybody who had thoughts. And it varied. I learned a lot. There's a whole Canadian hockey thing if we want to talk about that.
Oh yeah, that's the interesting thing.
I do. So the one thing I wanted to just make sure we got right, my friend Jackson reminded me correctly that way more players in baseball throw right and hit lefty than the vice versa.
Right, because you have to throw righty for most positions.
And
yeah,
I guess that's true.
It's basically just first base, pitcher,
first base, and pitcher.
outfield.
So I have the article here, and I actually
which is funny because I throw left and bat right. I'm the rarity.
You're one.
But you pitched.
So
I pitched, yes, but
you pitched.
I pitched, yeah.
He was a pitcher.
I was a pitcher and a first baseman.
How old? Did you play high school baseball?
No, but to be honest, I don't want to do the I could have, I was good enough thing, but I actually have a legitimate reason. I have a legitimate reason. Hear me out. Okay. You can ask my friends. I was very good when I was a kid. I was one of the best pitchers in my area. I was very good. To be honest, I grew so late and I was so premature physically. As a freshman in high school, I was 5'1", 105 pounds. 5'2", 105 pounds. God. I had no hair under my arms. I had to go to the doctor. My brother was 6'3". People thought I wasn't going to grow. It was a whole thing. I genuinely could not throw as hard as anybody. They just outgrew me. So
they should have done the Messi thing with you where they put you on HGH or whatever.
Yeah. I think I was pretty good as a pitcher, but then I literally was not strong enough to compete with these. So I didn't play. I grew later. I grew junior, senior year. By then it was too late.
You got a volleyball scholarship.
Yeah, a big one.
The best low stakes conspiracy theory.
Forest of the Redwoods. Wait, what was it?
College of the Redwoods?
Redwoods.
California high school to the College of the Redwoods, baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I have large swaths of this article, but it is really interesting with the righty lefty thing. You can read it if you want, or I was going to summarize it, but it is actually really interesting.
Go ahead.
So again, Craig was basically, he kind of blew our minds when he's why is swinging a baseball like bat righty? Why is that righty? So then we had all these people emailed us in, and a lot of people mentioned Canadian hockey, where basically they're talking about Canadian golfers, a third of them are lefty, which is obviously crazy because 11% of the general population is lefty. And so then, in the NHL, so the National Hockey League, more than 60% of players are quote unquote left-handed. Where they have a quote unquote left-handed stick, just like
a baseball,
they do it lefty. If they were playing baseball, you'd call it lefty.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is obviously a crazy disparity. So then there's this great article in Golf Digest that gets into exactly what Craig was talking about, and I want to shout out the author because it was pretty incredible, and it was written by Shane Ryan last year actually, and he wrote this story that basically is forget all your training. I'm quoting him. Is it better to have a dominant hand pulling through in the golf swing or guiding the club?
This is exactly what Craig said.
Yeah. So he asked the same question. And so basically, what about it makes it righty? And the answer is basically, it seems like, I'm going to paraphrase. It seems like Americans play baseball, and the way you learn baseball is the guide hand on a baseball bat is you want right over left, and your dominant hand over the non-dominant hand, because that kind of becomes the guiding hand, which for kids is easier to learn. And in hockey, it's not like that. The dominant hand's on top, so you end up with your dominant hand becomes like righty is on top if you're a righty, but that because of the curve, that becomes like a lefty stick. So then when you go to play golf, it's like a lot of people stick with it. I guess I should quote it. Does that make sense? I guess I should quote it.
So yeah, it's basically, it goes back. And if you look, they have a map where it shows hockey stick sales by region. And it's like everything above the border in Canada it's much more heavier left-handed sticks, quote unquote left-handed sticks. And for a while, like apparently, and I don't know hockey very well, so I'm sure hockey fans are going to be really mad at me, but like apparently for a while, the hockey sticks were curved in the striking section of the hockey puck or whatever, or the hockey stick was curved for a while. So therefore
it was flat and then they made it curved.
Right. So you want to like, that's the direction you're hitting the puck with or whatever. And so a lot of people in Canada will start their children off in hockey with a quote unquote left-handed stick where their right hand is on top. I believe that
because for puck handling, you learn puck handling first as a kid.
For the puck handling, you want the right hand on the top, I believe.
Basically, it's like for accuracy, the dominant hand closer to your body is what, like in hockey, they want your dominant hand on top because the top hand is the one like navigating the stick more,
right,
and the bottom hand is the one for power.
And when you're skating, that top hand's going to carry it. So if you're a righty, you're going to just have the stick in your right hand.
If you're skating and holding your stick with one hand, you got your right hand.
Yeah, and it was like I was reading stuff about like if you want more power, it makes more sense to have the dominant hand in the back, but if you want more accuracy and control, you have the dominant hand in the front. And with hockey, having more control with your dominant hand is more important as you're learning to play hockey when you're young. So your dominant hand being on top as a righty makes more sense. So now you're technically, if you were playing baseball, that would be what is considered lefty.
So anyway, it's really interesting. We can post the article. I'll post it on my Blue Sky and Instagram, whatever. But this Golf Digest article basically asks, the fact that we call one side right-handed could be argued it's a cultural product of something that's taught.
Yeah.
And is it actually that meaningful as a description? In America, we do it because we just think right-handed people do that when they play golf, but it might just be a function of fucking baseball. And anyway, so it's really interesting. And the idea of, would you actually have been better off learning something in a different place or whatever? Like, I don't know. But yeah, what Craig was saying actually turns out you were onto something.
It's funny. I've thought that for so long and I've never brought it up. I'm glad that people had opinions on it, and the Canadian hockey thing is very interesting.
So yeah.
Also, this article did, because we talked about tennis too. This article also had something about Rafael Nadal, who plays lefty, quote unquote lefty, but he is right-handed with everything else that he does. So, and it was like something to do with when he was younger, he was smoother and his backhand was smoother with a left hand. So then they kind of just trained him to do that. So
I got that wrong. I guess it's a myth. I thought Nadal's uncle made him play lefty. That's not what happened. Nadal had a Craig thing where he wasn't strong enough, and so he played backhand both sides when he was younger to keep, because I also imagine he's playing much like older competition. Yeah. So he's like 12 and he's probably playing 18-year-olds. So he had to have two backhand both sides, and they eventually decided that the lefty forehand was smoother. But it's also related to soccer, because this was also interesting because we didn't bring soccer into this. But basically the idea is that Nadal kicked a soccer ball lefty. So to your point, Craig, where I kind of thought you were wrong, but you were like, what makes a backhand lefty or righty? If you kick a soccer ball lefty, your left foot's behind you. And the way Nadal hits a forehand, it's like, it's actually the footwork might be what led his forehand to look smoother, and nothing to do with his hands at all. It was actually what made Nadal, quote unquote, a lefty, was the way he kicked the soccer ball made the footwork for his forehand easier. So anyway, the point is, this is all like actually way more interesting than it's I love the idea.
I love the idea that your handedness is cultural somehow.
Yeah.
With like the sports you're playing.
And I think so interesting. It's only because I am I'm left-handed doing single-handed things that because I swing a golf club and a baseball bat, quote unquote righty, I always, every time I would do it, people would be like, oh, that's so weird. You're left-handed, but you hit a baseball righty. I'm like, well, in my head, they're not connected.
It's funny how we are like, have airplanes that can fly people around the world and all the scientific stuff and stuff like this. We kind of still don't really know.
Yeah.
The deal.
It reminds me a little bit of, just depending on where you grow up in your language development and the way that you construct sentences and the way that you put together like grammar and everything. It's very wildly different, I'm sure, in different countries when you're speaking different languages, and like how you there's like there's these studies and there's people that say that sometimes your personality is a little bit different in different languages, which I find totally wild and interesting. You know what I mean? It's like because the way that you speak and the intonation that you use can wildly vary in different languages, and so your personality seems different, or maybe your personality is different depending on that.
That was kind of like that movie Arrival too, which is kind of like it kind of explored the idea that are you almost withheld by a lack of vocabulary? Like if you aren't able to name an emotion, if you aren't able to name an idea, are you able to think about the idea if you don't have a word for it? Or rather, how much easier it is? Like if I remember learning the word schadenfreude and just being like, oh, so you get happy when other people are mad or upset or whatever? And I'm like, oh, I feel like I probably feel that all the time, way more now because I have a name for it. I'm like, oh, this is why I get thrilled when the Cowboys fans are upset about Micah Parsons being traded. But yeah, it's interesting. Email us more about the left hand, right hand stuff or other stuff like that. Craig, great take. Anything else did you want to say about it? It was pretty.
No, I'm going to keep reading the emails. There's been so many and they're all so interesting.
But the other thing, just thank you to everyone who emailed in. The overwhelming response was we were like, yeah, I feel this way. And like, I've been like this my whole life. And I actually glad, like a lot of people were happy that we talked about it because they were just like, yeah, I've lived my whole life.
I thought like when we were talking about it, I was thinking to myself, God, we're probably missing something so obvious. We're going to sound like such fucking morons, but it was cool to see that other people were.
Oh, the only other thing, Roger, our old coworker, Roger Sherman texted me and said another relevant lefty bias thing. There hasn't been a lefty kicker in the NFL since 2018.
Oh, wow.
And the only reason they had him do it is no one wants to do the hold or do everything in reverse.
Yeah.
So the only time was Sebastian Janikowski was lefty, got hurt, and the Raiders just signed another lefty kicker. But other than that, they just don't want to mirror image it. So there you go.
How many lefty punters are there? Does that matter?
Belichick liked the lefty punters
because he thought
spins
a different way. Right?
Yeah, he liked that. Anyway, all right. I think that's all we got. So we're gonna have our preview. Week 1 preview is our next episode. That's crazy. But yeah,
and the debut of Ringer 107.
Debut of Ringer 107. Email us ideas if you have a better idea than Craig's idea of we should all get to go to Vegas if we win that thing.
That's awesome.
Email us at ringerfantasyfootball@gmail.com if you have an idea for that. Email us trivia. We're going to start bringing waivers back. Trivia. We're going to have our trivia tiebreakers on Mondays to have waiver ideas. And also email us. No, what was the other thing I wanted emailed? Oh, sorry, not email. We're going to have our in-season rankings. So if you've been doing fantasyfootball.theringer.com, we're going to have rankings for you guys week 1 next week. We're going to
get you guys playing? We'll talk about it on Thursday. I want to talk about our Ringer matchups.
There you go. So yeah. All right. Thank you, DK. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Ronak. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Chuck Berry.
Nice. Cool. Speaking of Lauren, a lot of new SNL cast announcements today.
Oh.
The girl, I'm going to butcher her last name. She's really funny. Veronica, she's on TikTok. She was on Tires season 2.
Oh, yeah. She's on SNL now?
She just got cast on SNL. I think I'm calling it now. She's going to be the next Kristen Wiig. I think she's really, really great.
Who is this?
Yeah. Her name is...
I follow her on Instagram. I think it's like Veronica is cool.
Veronica is cool is her Instagram and TikTok name. Her name is Veronica Slowakowska, and I think she's great.
Cool.
They also promoted one of the Please Don't Destroy guys to the main cast.
Like, they're gonna be like in all the skits now?
Like how the way like Andy Samberg was in Lonely Island, but also a cast member. The other two weren't.
Which one did they promote?
Ben Marshall. He's the guy he's the redhead. The one guy's
Are
leaving.
the other two guys pissed?
One is leaving.
Oh, really?
And one is a writer. Wow. It's funny because the one that's leaving is the son of Michael Higgins. No, John Higgins, who was a producer on SNL. His son is leaving, which makes me think, I don't know, he wants to go on and like be an actor or something. But yeah, Please Don't Destroy his ending.
That's a bummer.
I know. I actually thought those guys were really funny.
The Legend of Foggy Bottom is fucking funny. I don't care who you are. It's so funny. It's like the dorkiest, I don't know, slapstick movie.
I got it wrong. Steve Higgins is his dad. John Higgins is the kid. But yeah.
What movie are you talking about, DK?
Please Don't Destroy the Legend of Foggy Bottom or Foggy Mountain. Sorry.
I didn't mind that movie.
I think it's funny.
The Treasure of Foggy Mountain.
The Treasure. I can't even get the name
thought it was kind of funny. It's
really funny.
It was like edited like a TikTok. It was so quick.
Yeah. Didn't do great on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. Well.
But fuck that.
I also think that quickly edited things, like it's tough to appeal to a wider audience. Like I feel like that was how I felt about Everything Everywhere All at Once, where you had this experience, Craig. I think that was your favorite movie that year. Jack and I were like, this is one of the best movies I've ever seen. And our parents were just like,
turned it off.
Couldn't finish it.
Yeah.
Maybe nauseous. Like, okay.
I think it's like one of the largest generational divides of any like movie ever is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I don't know anybody over 50 who liked them. Bill didn't like it. Nobody liked them. And then all my friends were like, this movie's fucking incredible.
Life-changing.
Yeah. Yeah.
DK, you're dead in the middle. Where are you on it?
I know.
You're
I need to watch
halfway
it.
between
No,
billets.
I need to watch it. I'll have
you
to
haven't
tell
seen it. Oh,
You should, because it's actually an interesting thing because you're literally exactly halfway between billets.
Right in the middle. Well, Craig, I told you this. Like, my dad texted, like, he doesn't text me about movies commonly, but he texted me and he's like, I hated that movie. It's just funny.
Oh,
Perfect
really
litmus
good.
test.
I also I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes like ever.
No,
Rotten
I know.
Tomatoes is the worst way to tell if a movie's good. Don't do that.
The Legend of Foggy Mountain? Is that what it is?
Treasure of Foggy Mountain.
Treasure of Foggy Mountain.
This
Fucking-
movie starred
the name is
Mayo.
hard. The name is hard.
Who the fuck is X Mayo?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Craig, are you excited about the new additions?
Yeah, I want SNL to. They've already announced a bunch of people are leaving. I think there needs to be more. Maybe more will come. I just think there needs to be a fresh start.
Yeah.
I don't know a couple of these people. One of them is like on the Kill Tony circuit. This other guy, Jeremy Collane, I've seen on TikTok. There's Tommy Brennan is a stand-up. But yeah, I don't know some of these people. But yeah, I think there needs to be. I think Lorne was waiting for SNL 50. It was the same cast for a while. He didn't want to disrupt any of that. Now that that's over, I think he's trying to like once again clean house and start
Right.
over.
Interesting.
Anyway.
All right, that was earnest. Should I send it there?
Rick Barry. No, who did you? Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry.
Yeah, we didn't give him any
Blue,
love. But shouts
blue
out.
suede shoes, baby.
I almost said Rick Barry.
Oh, you did say Rick Barry.
That's the guy who shoots Granny style.
Yeah, the fucking legend.
Love that.
More people should do that.
Dude, I know. Shaq got bullied out of that.
He did. All right.
Next-
Yeah, that's why I ended up with the Celtics. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Must be 21 plus and present in select states or 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max refund $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply, including token expiration. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut.